What's up, Ragin Nation? How y'all doing? This is Alex. You watching the Ragin Nation show, Transformers 4 Edition. This is just a web series where I talk about all things that matter to me for the production of the 4th installment of the live-action Transformers film directed by Michael Bay. This is update number 18. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, but the first thing I want to talk about is some human casting news. Now, this isn't really news because this was announced a little while back, but I just want to express my disappointment that Glenn Morshower is not back to reprise his role as General Morshower. I really like General Morshower. I mean, I really like Glenn Morshower in Transformers 1, 2, and 3. He played Colonel Sharp in the first one, and he played General Morshower in the second and third one, and it was a very small supporting role, but I like the fact that it was an ongoing theme to have him in the movie. Now, he's not going to be back for the fourth one, even though they did say that he was going to be back, and which was a little bit disappointing because, like I said, it's a running theme to have him back. So, that's really too bad. Now, with regards to the human cast, I do have to say that I really like the human cast so far. I like that we don't have a whole lot of really over-the-top comedians like Anthony Anderson and Ken Jeong. Definitely don't bring back Ken Jeong. Obviously, he's dead, but, you know, I'm done with him. You know, I just watched The Hangover 3 and I just had too much of him. Anthony Anderson, he's a cool guy. I like him, but I want this to be like a different kind of a more serious direction for the Transformers franchise. You know, Michael Bay said he wants to do something a little different. Well, the first thing he can do is just take out the dorky comedy, all right? Not too much over-the-top comedy. So I like the cast so far. We got Mark Wahlberg, and we got an unknown, Jack Rayner. Nicola Peltz, I haven't seen him in anything, and I refuse to watch Last Airbender. Of course, we got Stanley Tucci and Kelsey Grammer and Sophia Miles, Lee Bing Bing. So the cast is looking pretty solid. You know, I like that we have, you know, not big stars. I mean, Kelsey Grammer's a big star, but he's also a great actor. That's the #1 thing that I need, right? And, but, you know, speak of the devil, I said, I don't want any more comedians in there. We get a comedian casted today, right when I'm thinking about, oh, no comedians. We get TJ Miller casted as Vincent Flynn's sidekick, his buddy, okay? Now, here's the thing. I don't mind TJ Miller. I like TJ Miller. He's a funny actor. Like, he's not totally over the top crazy, but he's witty. Okay, in all the roles that I've seen him in, he's got some pretty clever comedy, and he's got really good comic timing. So I really don't mind that at all. So there you have it, alright? Now, let's talk about some robot casting. Now, one thing I didn't cover about the big rumor is that there's supposed to be a samurai robot. Now, I don't know if it's a Decepticon or it's an Autobot. It could be, I'm going to say Drift, or it could be Bludgeon. Who knows? But maybe a protoform lands in Japan and gets a little bit of a Japanese influence, and then he becomes a samurai. Who knows? I said Drift because in the classics, I mean the Generations toy, he has a giant sword. So that's kind of cool, and I like the idea of Drift being a samurai. But who knows? We don't know what's going to happen. It's just a rumor. That rumor also includes that Dinobots are going to be in there, and Galvatron's going to be in there, and Captured Autobots, so who really knows? Peter Cullen is definitely back as Optimus Prime, so we got that for sure. And we got the big announcement of principal photography going on, and that is taking place at the Navajo tribal park in Monument Valley. They're doing some filming. They already started principal photography, and we get to see firsthand from MichaelBay.com. They're showing us the first 2 new Autobots. Now that's really exciting for everybody, for all the fans, because they just showed off some really cool cars, including a 2014 Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport Vitesse, and also the 2014 C7 Corvette Stingray concept. Now, we've already seen a Stingray concept in the form of Sideswipe. It was silver, and it was first a hardtop, and then it became a convertible, right? With the 2014 C7 Corvette Stingray concept, it's different. It's more sported out. You know, it's got a spoiler, and the body looks a little bit different, and then the front is definitely different from the previous one. Now, with the Bugatti, it's actually a vehicle, a car that I've seen before. I was at the Tokyo Motor Show back in 2003, and I actually saw this car in person, and I didn't think anything of it because I wasn't familiar with the name Bugatti. I mean, it's definitely not an American car. It's a car. I mean, it's a brand we'll see in Europe. But bringing it into, you know, the North American shores for this movie, that is really exciting stuff. Now, the Corvette is green. I don't have a clue who it could be. Okay. Now, but the Bugatti is, you know, looking at the shape and the fact that it's turquoise and black, I'm gonna name three Autobots. It could be Drift. It could be Blur. It could also be, I'm going to throw this out here, I'm going to say Hot Shot. Okay? You know what? This is just guess. This is guesses. This is just speculation. I could be completely wrong, and there's a huge chance I'm going to be wrong because this is Michael Bay's universe, his live-action Transformers universe, and it could do whatever he wants. He has the freedom to do whatever he wants, and he could very well do that. And you know what? He wants us to be wrong in guessing who these characters are because he wants it to be all a surprise to us. All right? He wants, you know, all this stuff kept under wraps, but he's revealing this to us, but he's not revealing the names or the robot modes of what they look like. All right, and I think that's fine. I totally respect that, but it leaves some speculation for us, which is all the fun with regards to the production of these films. So, who do you think they are? Let me know in the comment section below. Now, one thing that I got to comment about is that if we're getting a Stingray concept like the 2014 version in green, then that tells you one thing for sure, and that Sideswipe is not back. There's no Sideswipe. As he already mentioned before, he's bringing all new characters in, and you can't have a Transformers film without Optimus Prime, so Optimus Prime is definitely back, but you can definitely wipe out Sideswipe, for lack of a better term. Sideswipe is gone. He's my favorite Autobot, along with Ironhide. Ironhide's dead, but Sideswipe, you can delete him, okay? You know, we don't need Sideswipe. I want to see all new characters. And you can't have two Stingray concepts in the same movie. That would be boring. So, I'm happy with this. You know, Michael Bay's got a good relationship with, you know, Chevy and GM and Ford. So, you know, I think that they wanted him to bring back another vehicle for the movie. And, you know, do a little bit of test driving, introducing some new concepts for the movie. And, of course, product placement. As for the Bugatti, like I said before, Hot Shot, Blur, or Drift. And one thing that he can do for us is that he can completely change it to whoever he wants. He could even make an official announcement and name it as, you know, a G1 character, and then we'd be like, oh, that's awesome, I'm so glad that so-and-so is in the movie. Or he could just make up an entirely new, completely new live-action universe character, like, for the sake of the movie, and then we'd be like, oh, okay, he's a character named so-and-so. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The fact is that we're being shown these cars, and that's all that matters to me right now. This is really exciting news. Now, one thing I gotta mention is that the one thing that I've always wanted for the Transformers 4 film is that they don't use super nice brand new concept cars. And while it is exciting to get concept cars, I just want to see some classic cars being used. You know, when I say classic, I don't mean old cars. I just mean that they don't have to be totally decked out and flashy and like totally sexy. You know, just give us some normal cars. I mean, give us a, you know, I've always loved the Toyota Supra. I always felt that that's the official Japanese muscle car. You know, give us a Nissan GTR. You know, give us something like that that's already on the road, because we're fans of these cars already. So to make them into Autobots and Decepticons, that's, you know, a big homage or a tribute for the fans, okay? That's a nod to the fans. Oh yeah, by the way, speaking of new characters and new robot designs, Optimus Prime gets a new upgrade. Now, I've always liked Optimus Prime in the way he looks in his truck mode and his robot mode. I think it looks great, and Optimus Prime got it right the first time. But this new version, now I haven't seen the robot mode, but the vehicle mode looks sharp. I mean, it looks very muscular, you know, for lack of a better term. A lot has been very apparently been changed. I mean, the first thing I noticed is the exhaust pipes sticking out. There's 3 of them, which makes it look like he's got more muscle to him. You know, he's looking more like a hot rod, like a muscle car. And the nose, you know, the nose portion of it is more it goes downward more, like it's more diagonal, as opposed to going flat out. So that looks good. There's a lot of chrome on the sides, and I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with this design, this alt mode, and I'm really curious to see what it's going to look like in the robot mode. And I think that Michael Bay is going to give us something that'll please all the fans, because we always knew that Optimus Prime is going to be back, and we always knew that he was going to redesign the characters and the whole look of all the robots. Well, Optimus Prime is going to get a redesign, and as you can see, the vehicle mode looks superb. I'm pretty happy with it. What do you guys think? And another thing is that, well, Hasbro needs to sell more toys, and we don't want to see another rehashed and repackaged version of the same robot, except just with minor changes. We want full-on changes so we have an incentive to want to purchase Optimus Prime again. So there you have it. I think it looks great with flames and all that stuff. It looks aggressive and it looks very, very muscular, just the way I like Optimus Prime as the leader of the Autobots. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Anyways, that's all I gotta say in this video. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the Ragin Nation on Facebook, and we'll discuss in all kinds of and debate in all kinds of Transformers 4 discussions. So make sure you like that page because I'm always chatting about this stuff. And also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. My name is Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.
Color.
It stands out.
It very, very much stands out. To me, it screams, this is the color that Shockwave should be.
I like them both, but if I had to pick one, I'd pick this one.